back to Linda's Pantry. So today I'm gonna make zuppa Toscana, only I'm gonna make it a light version. My original recipe that I did last year, it's a little on the fattening side and I'm trying to watch what I eat, but it's cold and blustery here. It's definitely fall is in the air and it feels good to have a really warm, hearty, comforting soup. And so I'm gonna lighten this recipe up a tad and see if we can make it just as delicious. I'm gonna bring it with me to work tomorrow for the girls to share, and we're gonna enjoy it. All right, now I'm gonna bring you along for the ride if you'd like to come. I wanna tell you, go down to the description box and hit the link to my Wild Tree website. I'll be using some of those products today as well. Maybe purchase something, just check it out, get some information, maybe get some recipe ideas in the recipe section. You could also sign up and be a representative and earn up to 40% of your earnings. So that being said, Facebook, I share all kinds of videos and updates on stuff. It's just a fun place to go over and check it out. And so we're gonna make this. I hope it inspires you to stay along with me, and it's gonna be delicious, and I can't wait because it's cold outside. All right, guys, come on, let's go make it. Okay, guys, I'm glad you're staying along for this one because I think it's gonna be delicious, even though we're cutting the fat. What I've got is 2.5 strips of bacon, and I cook this really crisp, so I'm just gonna break that up. If I need to, I'll run the knife through it, but I think it's fine this way. And I pre-cooked that in the oven, you know, so all the fat could render out of it. We just want that bacon flavor in there. And usually I put like 1/2 pound or 1 pound of bacon in this soup. And I'm cutting back because the holidays are coming. It's not like we're not going to be eating. So I'm trying to lighten up some recipes and make them just as delicious. So it's really not that much bacon. It's a very little bit right there. The power is going to be from something healthy. I'm going to put my smoky bacon flavored grapeseed oil to start the browning process of this sausage. Now this is a chicken sausage, sweet Italian style. 70% less fat. No artificial ingredients. It's 6 grams of total fat. 1 link is 110 calories. So you might get one in the whole, you know, in your bowl of soup. I doubt it. You might get 1/2 one. So I just thought, well, this is a better idea than to have sausage. Usually I use, you know, full fat. I mean, it's what makes it taste so good. But we're going to take the casings off of this. And then really, from there, it's a matter of breaking the sausage up in the pan. And we'll put that over here. Kind of a sticky mess, but it's okay. And then let's just slide that down. And there you go. The girls are really excited about getting this tomorrow because it really is a nice soup. We are supposed to have chillier weather for a while, and then it's going to get cold at the end of next week. This time next week, woohoo, chilly. Get us in the mood for those fall and winter comfort food dishes. My goal this year is to try to lighten them up. I want to make all my favorites, and this is one of them, but I want it to be on a lighter version. So we're dressing this up in a different outfit. She's going to be in a skinnier outfit, that's all. I will attach the other video for you so you get an idea of what the full fat recipe is. And I mean, we've had this like 8 or 9 months ago, or 11 months ago. I don't remember how old the video is, but that's the last time I had this. So it's not something we eat all the time, for sure. And even if we did, you know, it's our right to eat what we want. Okay, I thought I was going to cut those up, but now, and I've got 2 quarts of chicken stock that's homemade. that oil. I'm gonna cut up some potatoes. I'm not sure, I've got these washed up. I'm not sure that I'm gonna actually use all of these. These are white potatoes. First time in my whole life I've seen potatoes in the grocery store here that say white potatoes. So just, I thought, well, I have to try them just to see if they taste different than my other potatoes. And I've got a brown spot there. Any funky spots you see, just take those out. I'm not peeling them because I don't, it makes the soup more rustic. You don't have to, as long as you scrub them good, I think you're good to go. And this is really an inexpensive soup if you think about it, because truly potatoes are inexpensive for the most part, although they have gone up. I think the sausage was $4. $4, so maybe the 10-pound bag of potatoes was $2. So we'll say 50 cents worth of potatoes here. Yeah, so that's $4.50. Maybe 50 cents in bacon and oil. And my chicken stock was a byproduct of something else, so yeah, we might have a big pot of soup. Oh yeah, we've got cream that's gonna go in this, and kale. The kale, the organic kale I got, that was $2.99. So now what are we up to? So maybe $8, and then some cream. We'll say for under $10, this will make a big pot of soup that will feed a lot of people. So, okay, now I'm going to, I think that's plenty of potatoes. I might add those other two, we'll see. You kind of have to go by ratio of chunks, and so I'm gonna get my kale out and wash that and let it drain, and get my sausage started. I'll be right back. Okay, we're over here. I'm gonna get this started. I got my pan hot, and then I had to finish what I was doing. So I've got my bacon flavored, it's a smoky bacon flavored grapeseed oil. And I have to tell you, their infused oils are what made me fall in love with the company in the first place, because they are amazing. And this one is delicious. It makes great potatoes, and this is already really hot. So I'm just gonna get this down in the pot here. Sorry about the noise. I'm trying not to have to handle this again. And we're just gonna put that chicken sausage, and you're gonna break that up. Get that browning process started. How wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna brown that sausage up. Let's see if I can get some light on this subject, or if it's too light. Might be getting a shadow here. I'll try to fix that before we come back. So now I'm going to take it back over, and we're going to cut up some kale. So I'm going to get these potatoes that I've cut up over here in a bowl to wait to go in. I've got my sausage over there browning away. You can probably hear it in the background. And now I've got my organic kale. You know, I priced kale in the grocery store, and the organic brand was just as expensive. So why not eat organic? I mean, it's a better way to go. Don't put those chemicals in your body if you don't have to, right? Okay. And I am going to get in here and just cut it down as I go. It will go away pretty much. I mean, you're gonna think, she put way too much kale in there. No, it goes down to nothing. It's like any other green. It's actually, I believe, my favorite green. I love mustard greens though too. I'm just not a fan of collard greens. They're a little bitter for me. But that's to each his own. Of course, if you put a bunch of bacon in there, I don't know what green doesn't taste good with ham and ham hocks and all that good stuff. It's just not that good for us. Darn it. Okay, I'm going to go over and stir up that sausage just a second. Okay. Wow, I can smell the fennel, which I love in Italian seasoning and Italian sausage. I just love it. So, this is how I do the kale. We're just going to get this all cut up. And I'm going to get everything down in that pot because it's time. So I'll take you back over there and we'll get this going. All right. Okay guys, now I've got my good seal on my chicken stock that I'm gonna put down on there. And it smells amazing. Nothing like homemade chicken stock. Yum. And that, you can tell it's got that rich flavor look to it. Nice dark stock. Okay, so I'm going to bring that back up to temp. We're also going to go ahead and put down our little portion of bacon right there. It's not much. 2½ little slices of bacon. That's applewood smoked, uncured, center cut bacon. It's delicious. It really is good, and you can get that at Trader Joe's. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put my potatoes down. I like my potatoes to come from a cold state into a boiling state. I don't really want them to come from, you know, go into boiling water. And now I'm going to go ahead and add another quart of water. So 3 quarts of water there. And now is when I look at the ratio of potatoes and meat and kind of break that meat up a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to add, just to balance out the soup base part of it, I'm going to go ahead and add some chicken bouillon, Wild Trees chicken bouillon. About, because we've got a quart of water in there, about a tablespoon of that down there. And their bouillon is pretty low sodium, which is nice. You don't even taste salt. Most of their products are not overly salty. I find I have to salt a little bit. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning, about a ½ tablespoon, I think. That probably is. And yum. And now I need garlic. You have to have garlic. And so I'm going to put in some garlic galore from Wild Tree as well. and I have to go get it. So I'll be right back. Ooh, doesn't that look good already? Okay, so as you can see, I've got it back up to a good simmer. And now I've got my, this is Garlic Galore seasoning blend. And I was in a pinch camping, and all this really is minced garlic, dehydrated of course, minced onion, garlic powder, sea salt, chives, citric acid, parsley, basil, and black pepper. It's delicious. I made homemade salad dressing because we ran out with 2 tablespoons of this, some buttermilk, and some sour cream, and it was amazing. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of Garlic Galore, and all the spices and herbs are going to rehydrate and give us a delicious flavor. And then down goes the kale. I did put 2 small bay leaves in there, even though this isn't going to simmer all day. Normally you put bay in when it's going to simmer a long time. But I do want to impart that. And then a pinch of fennel seeds, because I love that flavor. It's because we're cutting back on all the calories, we've got to make up for it with flavor. And so I'm adding a little more flavor punch to this than my other recipe, but they're both delicious. And I saved 2 of the leaves for another recipe that I'm going to do to make up for my husband to take up to his new living quarters. No. Anyway, so we're going to let this simmer until the potatoes are tender. Right now, I know the sausage is cooked, the bacon's cooked. We're going to cook this kale and these potatoes through, and it's going to be amazing. Yum. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on it, and we're going to let it go. All right, guys, we'll be back. All right, guys, I think we're ready. The potatoes are tender. Woo! Ah, smells amazing. I am so excited that I've made this soup on a little lighter version. Now, I am not going to scrimp on the cream because the chicken stock is homemade. The sausage is low fat. There's only a little bit of bacon and some grapeseed oil and kale. I'm just not going to scrimp on the cream. I think there's plenty of flavor going through this. That we're going to be okay on the flavor profile part of it. But I think it needs the cream in there. And so you could use milk, but if you're going to, when you break down that cream through the whole pot, I don't think the fat portion, you just have to have portion control, right? So what I've done is I've turned off the burner, and that's going to be the way it is. And then I just pour down the cream here. And you don't want to boil the cream or it will break, the fat will break away from the whey. And that's not what we're looking for. And so what we're looking for is this beautiful soup. If you go watch my other video, it's funny, I did it last February. It was the last time we had this recipe. And when I poured that cream in there, you could see this layer of fat laying on top from the sausage, and mainly the sausage, because the bacon, you render all the fat off. But I don't see any of that, which I'm really excited about. It's beautiful. It's funny, in that video, I hadn't watched it till just now while this was cooking. In that video, I actually talked about how much this cost. So I had the same thought process going on. I usually do when I make a big pot of something. So I'm going to dish up some of this, and we're going to have a little bite for you. And let you know if it's winner Tuscan dinner. Ooh, the girls are hoping it is, because they are going to get this tomorrow for lunch. I'm just going to, this pot has a hot plate kind of thing that goes with it. It's a slow, they call this a slow cooker, not a crock pot, but a slow cooker. It has a hot plate that you put that you just set it on. And so that's how I'll heat this up. I will probably get it started here at the house, and then it'll just stay on the warm there. So it's gonna sit in my fridge all night. And so I just ground some pepper over top of that soup, and I'm gonna let this come down off that hot heat that's going on right now. And I'm not gonna put it in my refrigerator hot. So that being said, I'm gonna put the lid on. It'll help finish cooking. Any residual cooking process will go on. And like I said in the other video, this is really good the day of or the day after is my favorite. But after that, things start going south. So let's take you over to the other station. And okay, so here's the final test, the taste test. Okay, so I want a potato, I want a little bit of sausage, and a little bit of kale. Gotta have it. Potato, kale, sausage, and the broth. This is so, I can smell all the spices and herbs. I love this soup. Okay, I'm going in. Wow, I am so happy with this. I don't have to skim off any fat in the morning. This is delicious. It is absolutely fabulous. I might even like it better than my other recipe, which is awesome because now I can have it, you know, more often, even though it's still a sometime food. It's not an everyday food, but by no stretch of the imagination am I eating full heavy cream, full fats, you know, a pound of sausage. I'm eating chicken sausage. It's really low fat. It's absolutely delicious. I've used that sausage in other things, and that's really why I was like, oh, I might have to use that. My kale needs a little help here for the next bite. Yeah, it's not helping me. Anyways, I'm gonna take another bite. Oh, this is so good, you guys. Absolutely perfect. So there's my light version, my light remake of my zuppa toscana recipe that everybody loves when they go to Italian restaurants. And we love it here too, but you can't eat this all the time. You just would be big. So not wanting to be like that, I'm gonna stick to the light side. I hope this inspires you to step outside the box, try a new recipe, maybe try this one on for size because it truly is delicious. I wouldn't steer you wrong, and I'll always give you an honest opinion. I was really ready to have to say, no, this is not my favorite, but it is absolutely my favorite. So I hope it brings you back. I hope you share this with your friends on Facebook. Give me a thumbs up, all those good things. Go over and visit Wild Tree because they had something to do with this recipe. I can taste that bacon in the background, and I don't have to have a half a pound or a pound of bacon to make it happen, which is awesome. And the garlic galore is delicious. So there you go. That being said, I hope you come back and see me next time. I got a ton of videos lined up, and we're going to be doing a subscriber appreciation here pretty quick. Better stay tuned. All right, guys. God bless.